The story begins with two people struggling to climb down a rock. During this, they lose their footing and fall. After this, the story goes into a flashback, where we see David and his girlfriend Lucy. David is a professional lawyer, and Lucy is a food chemist. They love each other very much, and are planning to get married in a few days. To celebrate their holidays, they travel to an Arab country. Soon, they arrive and check into a luxurious hotel. Lucy goes to the dining table first for dinner, while David takes some time to arrive. Meanwhile, a boy named Ben is sitting at another table. Seeing Lucy alone, he sends her a famous local dish. Lucy enjoys the gesture and glances over at Ben. Just then, David arrives. Realizing Lucy is not alone, Ben quietly leaves. David shares that he has won a case and will be receiving a large sum of money. He then gifts Lucy a ring and proposes to her on this special occasion. Lucy is overjoyed and accepts the proposal. The next morning, they plan to go to the open desert. However, David receives a call from his office, asking him to attend an important video conference. Because of this, he cannot go on the trip. Lucy becomes very angry, as David always seems to prioritize work. David then suggests that Lucy go alone. Upset, Lucy leaves for the trip by herself and heads to her car, where others are also preparing for the desert tour. At that moment, she sees Ben again and starts talking to him. Ben tells her that he's going trekking on a famous mountain 30 miles away and asks if she wants to join him. Lucy refuses and returns to her van, but as she sits there thinking, she seems to change her mind. We then see Ben looking at Lucy from his car, confirming that Lucy has decided to go with him. Ben approaches her, asks her to drive, and says, "After 10 miles, let me take over. I'll sleep for a bit." Lucy agrees, but tells him she must return by 4 p.m. the next day. They head out together, driving for hours through the desert. Eventually, they reach the mountain. From the top, Lucy sees the entire desert spread out around her. The view is breathtaking, and she feels very happy. Meanwhile, David prepares for his online meeting, but receives a call informing him that the board members have already made a decision without him. The meeting is canceled. David realizes that not only did he ruin the vacation, but now the meeting didn't even happen. He feels terrible about it. On the other hand, Ben and Lucy are preparing to spend the night on the same mountain. Lucy asks him what kind of work he does. Ben replies that he doesn't do anything special. He just travels around and enjoys life. The two of them talk a lot, and night falls. Lucy starts recording videos, and they share many funny conversations. Ben starts liking Lucy, and Lucy also begins to like him. At one point, Ben leans in to kiss her, but Lucy pulls away. The next morning, when Lucy wakes up, she sees Ben paragliding down the mountain. She calls out to him, but he's already gone. Then she finds a note he left behind, saying that he will meet her at the bottom. Poor Lucy doesn't have many options. She somehow starts driving the car alone through the dangerous, mountainous area. After many struggles, she finally makes it down. Meanwhile, David is waiting for Lucy to return, but the van she was supposed to come back in never arrives. David asks someone about Lucy, but the person tells him that Lucy didn't come with their group. Hearing this, David begins to wonder where Lucy could have gone. Soon after, Lucy finds Ben and angrily tells him that he's put her in trouble, and now it's too late. She should have reached the hotel by now. They both set off to return. While driving, Ben plays a music cassette, but after some time, Lucy becomes irritated by the music. She takes out the cassette and throws it out of the car. Ben stops the car, goes back, and picks up the cassette. But while braking, the car's tires get stuck in the sand. When Ben tries to drive again, the car gets even more stuck. He tries hard to free the car, but it doesn't work. They have limited water, and all around them is just sand and scorching heat. Seeing this, Lucy asks Ben if there's any other way out. Ben replies that there isn't. They're stuck in the desert. The main road is 30 miles away, so they should leave at night when it's cooler. But Lucy is stubborn. She doesn't listen to Ben and sets off alone with a water bottle and her bag. It's nearly impossible to escape such a hot desert with nothing but sand. But she insists and leaves Ben behind. However, after walking for just 1 hour and finishing most of her water, she decides to return to Ben. Meanwhile, David is searching for Lucy everywhere. When he can't find any clues, he goes to the police station. But the officer there doesn't take him seriously and says that kidnappings are common here. They'll likely find her by evening. David replies that if there's one thing he hates, it's waiting. He then tries to bribe the officer, which makes the officer angry, and he asks David to leave. Back in the desert, Lucy returns to Ben and starts drinking water from his bottle. Ben stops her and says the more they save the water, the better their chances of survival. Lucy doesn't drink and admits that Ben was right. They should leave at night. Ben then takes a map from his pocket and shows her that they won't have to walk 30 miles. According to the map, there's another path, and if they take it, they can reach the road after walking just 12 miles. As evening approaches, Ben says they should begin their journey, and both of them set off. Now it's very late at night. They have walked a long distance, and Lucy is exhausted. She asks Ben to stop and lies down. Ben warns her that they need to keep moving because a storm is coming. Hearing this, they both continue walking, but suddenly a powerful storm hits, trapping them. The storm is so intense that they can't move forward. They struggle to escape, but Lucy can't go on. Ben holds her close and lies down beside her. Meanwhile, David receives a call informing him about Lucy's last known location. Now it's morning, and we see that both Ben and Lucy are buried under sand due to the storm. Lucy opens her eyes, wakes Ben up, and shows him a car moving along a road in the distance. They both look through the binoculars and feel overjoyed when they see the road clearly. Lucy jumps into Ben's lap, shouting with happiness. After so much hardship, they finally have a chance to go home. Filled with hope, they start running toward the road, but they don't know that a new problem is waiting ahead. As they move forward, they come across a deep, wide ditch. Seeing it crushes their spirits. To reach the road, they'll have to cross this massive ditch first. Lucy asks, "Can't we go down into the ditch?" Ben replies, "We're very tired, so maybe we should rest a little and then decide what to do." On the other hand, David arrives at Lucy's last known location and meets an old man, the same person from whom Ben had taken petrol. David shows him Lucy's photo, and the man recognizes her. He tells David that Lucy and Ben went on a trip a few miles from there. David then offers the man money to take him there. The man agrees and asks two of his workers to accompany David. They all set off together. Meanwhile, Ben and Lucy are resting under a large rock. After some time, Ben begins preparing a parachute, but Lucy says, "We shouldn't jump. What if we fall halfway? We can cross it by climbing down." Ben agrees, and both of them start descending the slope. This is the same scene we saw at the beginning of the story. While climbing down, Lucy keeps slipping again and again. Ben climbs up to help her and grabs her leg, but suddenly, Ben's foot slips, and he falls. Lucy also loses her grip and falls down as well. Now both of them are at the bottom, and Lucy is lying unconscious on one side of the slope. Ben calls out to her, and Lucy regains consciousness. When she sees Ben hanging from the edge, she quickly rushes to him and with great effort pulls him up. She then notices that Ben is badly injured. There's a deep wound, and a stone is stuck in it. Meanwhile, David reaches the mountain where Ben and Lucy had been. There, he finds Lucy's camera and watches the video she had recorded that night of her time with Ben. Seeing this, David mistakenly thinks that Lucy is now happily living with Ben. Hurt and angry, he tells the men to turn the car around. Back at the cliff, Ben is getting weaker because of the injury. He tells Lucy, "I won't be able to climb anymore. You should go up and jump with the parachute. Maybe that way, at least one of us can survive." Now Lucy faces a new challenge. Jumping with a parachute is something she has never done, but trying is better than giving up. So she climbs up and prepares to fly. Her first attempts fail. She can't get the parachute to take off. But after trying 2 or 3 times, she finally succeeds and starts gliding forward through the air. Ben watches her from below, smiling as he sees the parachute flying. But just when everything seems to be going well, strong winds disturb the balance of the parachute. Lucy crashes into a rock and falls down. Now we see that Lucy regains consciousness and finds water nearby. She drinks to her heart's content and realizes she has reached the very bottom of the slope. Unsure of what to do next, she suddenly sees a girl nearby, but the girl becomes nervous upon seeing Lucy. Lucy then takes out her phone, shows it to the girl, and tries to communicate with her. Lucy attempts to speak with her and asks where her parents are. The girl then leads Lucy to her tribe. As soon as they reach the tribe, Lucy faints. The tribe members quickly come to help her. Meanwhile, David is asleep in the car on his way back. The 2 men accompanying him notice Ben's car on the road. They approach it and find a lot of items inside. Tempted by greed, they decide to take advantage of the situation and make some money. Back at the tribe, we see Lucy leading some tribe members back up the mountain to rescue Ben. With their help, she manages to save Ben and bring him down to the tribe. Now, it is nighttime, and Ben regains consciousness. He sees that he's been treated and that Lucy is sitting beside him. At this point, Lucy starts developing strong feelings for Ben, and they grow very close to each other. The next morning, the tribe members are gathered. A young girl brings food and holds Lucy's hand, praising her for being beautiful and brave. Meanwhile, the 2 men arrive at the tribe looking for Ben and Lucy. They spot them just as Ben and Lucy are preparing to leave. The men follow them in their car, knowing that Ben and Lucy would likely stop upon seeing them. Exactly what happens. Ben and Lucy get into the car with the 2 men and drive off. But David is not seen here because, as it turns out, the men had already knocked him unconscious and locked him in the trunk. One of the men asks Ben where his car is. Ben explains that the car got stuck a little distance from the hill, and they had to leave it there. The man then offers to drop them near the car, so they can retrieve it and possibly arrange a taxi from there. Ben and Lucy agree. After driving some distance, they reach the spot where Ben's car was left. As soon as they step out of the vehicle, the men suddenly point guns at them and order them to kneel down. It turns out the two men had planned a deal involving Ben and David. Soon, they call in the buyers they had made the deal with. The buyer arrives, and they also take David out of the trunk. It is then revealed that the men intended to sell both Ben and David. The buyer approaches Ben, hits him on his injured spot, and knocks him down. Seeing this, Lucy rushes to help him, but the buyer grabs her and says he would pay even more money for her. However, the two men refuse to sell the girl. The buyer, staring at Lucy with wicked intent, demands that she take off her clothes. Lucy refuses and spits in his face. Enraged, the buyer raises his gun to shoot her, but before he can, one of the men fires a shot and a chaotic gunfight breaks out. They all end up shooting at one another, killing each other in the crossfire, except for the buyer, who survives. Just as the buyer is about to shoot Lucy, Ben grabs a gun and shoots him, killing him. In this way, despite all the hardships, David, Lucy, and Ben survive. Ben, still weak from his injury, tells them to let the air out of the car's tires. This will help free the car. David is shocked and says, "If you knew letting the air out would get the car unstuck, why didn't you do it earlier?" Lucy also asks the same question. Ben replies, "Yes, I knew it would work, but I deliberately delayed things so I could spend more time with you." Smiling, Lucy lets the air out of the tires. Finally, we see the ending scene where all three, David, Lucy, and Ben, drive off together in the car. And with that, the story ends.